진유 잠삼 배막에 살던 보다 야tzen 쇼긴 눈두르게 배막연내 제수라 고드간드로망 보고 그기 제수다 드루기 진지답지색 수소 무릎에 마시리 우준유진육 잠삼 해마 개설도 보다 야tzen 쇼기 눈드루게 배마전네 제수드락 고두간드로망 보고 그기 제수닥 드루기 진지답지색 수솔 그룹에 마시리홍 오마훈 벤잘 구루 베마시리홍 오마훈 벤잘 구루 베마시리홍 올마훈 벤잘 구루 베마시리홍 오마훈 벤잘 구루 베마시리홍 오마훈 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 Oh, wow, happy Friday. Congratulations on making it to the end of the week. We did it. And I hope it was painless and sufferingless. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So what's left to do? We got to the end of the week. Did your task list get smaller or larger? Or did you finally neutralize it, realizing that it was a bunch of fluff? I sometimes go and annihilate my task list by just looking at it and realizing that the things on it are either someone else's expectations or sometimes there's important things and you just need to get them off the list. Just get them off the list by doing them. Just getting whatever accomplished, filing that piece of paperwork that you need to file, or renew your license, or whatever it was that you need to do, pay a bill. Just get it done. Quick and painless, rather than letting it weigh on you. Oh, I have so many things to do. Just get them done. But there's other things on those lists that are expectations that are from other people, or expectations of yourself because you think you need to change or be somehow better. And I'm sorry for those. I'm sorry for those because we all have them. And it's part of our conditioned thinking that we always should be improving. And that's definitely one approach. Another approach is to think that we're already perfect. And the rest of it is just managing, and managing expectations, managing that ability to just see things as they are. No need to think that there's improvement to make. Certainly our perspective can change, and we can see that in a room with both light and dark, negative and positive, that we can, while seeing both the negative and positive, light and dark, that we can focus on the positive, or we can get outwitted, if you will, by our thoughts and our emotions and drug into the negative focus. Positive and negative are always going to exist, but we can choose with awareness. I see the options. Do I want to sink into that place of dread and doom, or do I want to focus on joy and happiness and even okayness? I'll put that in the positive side, although it sort of fits in between, and we probably have more moments that are okay rather than being joyous, and more moments okay than being depressed or sad or anxious. So we can find those moments and just sink into the perpetual okayness of things. So part of our focus in our meditation is to just sit back on that space that we can seek out and identify, that is in all of our own sphere, if you will, that is the place where nothing is affected. We can call that shunyata, we can call that vast luminous emptiness, but very specifically it's that consciousness that is unaffected by our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and sensations. This is a very important aspect that we can nurture, can cultivate within our meditation. So when we find that space, where I'm sort of unaffected, I'm neutral, and I can see the thoughts and feelings, sensations and emotions arising. That's sadness. That's joy. That's agitation. That's definitely anger. You can identify sensations as that's hunger, that's thirst, that's tired. We can identify the things as they arise, and it's a good idea, especially in the beginning of our meditations and our meditation career, and maybe later on as well, that when you see things arise, you can label them. That's a thought. That's an emotion. That's definitely anger. Watch it arise. Dance. It dances. Let it arise and dance and then settle without you getting involved. Rather than getting pulled into some sort of need to control that thing, you step back and just see the neutrality. From your neutral space, you can see, that is what it is. That's the response of stimulus. Something stimulated, an emotional response, a thought response, a sensation response. It's all response. Stimulus, response, and we're reminding ourselves how to insert our awareness in between stimulus and response. So then we have wise action that occurs from our attentiveness to that consciousness. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times, and that indicates that we're beginning our practice. So take your seat and straighten your spine. Begin taking full deep breaths into your low belly. The belly should move out as you breathe in. Your spiritual workout has begun. So bring your attention here. Here and now, nowhere else. No need for analysis of the past. No need for planning of the future. Be awake and aware in this living, breathing moment. Everything that is occurring is happening right now. Everything that exists right now. So settle into that space. That neutral space of consciousness that sees, that is the watcher, the hearer, the smeller, the taster. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings, emotions, or sensations. Sit as the watcher, the perceiver. Watch things arise and dance and settle. And just watch. Sit like there's nowhere else to go. Nothing else to do. Nothing to analyze or fix. Nothing to do but sit in the groundless, boundless wholeness and completeness of this moment. Unfazed, unaffected. So how is it for you? How is that meditation sitting with you? Are you finding that peaceful, calm, neutral vantage point? Or are you struggling a bit? Are you restless? Or are you struggling with repetitive or pervasive or persistent thoughts? Let me know. Let me know. I can give you some tips. Also, if you guys think you need more guiding, I tend to guide for a few minutes and then sit in silence. If you need a little more guide or a little less guide, let me know. Let me know. I do a little bit of chanting for my own, practice without the camera on. I do a little bit of chanting to get me to that vantage point. So that's an important part in my practice. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be part of yours, but I find it very useful. So I settle into that, which kind of gets me to my vantage point fairly quickly, which allows me to see thoughts popping, and I can resist being drug around by them. Doesn't mean it always works. I catch myself a lot in my own practice of, I got pulled away with that thought. Pulled into past, pulled into future, pulled into just contemplating or applying logic to some conundrum. And I catch myself and come back, catch myself and come back. It's really about forming that new neural pathway, that new neural network, that instead of a response being unconscious and just snowballing in the same way over and over again, we can interrupt it and interrupt our patterned thinking. And even as we progress into meditation practice, sometimes we have a habitual pattern of getting in a little bliss bubble and just sitting there where things feel very nice and very pretty, but it's blocking out and ignoring anything that is discomfort, and that's not really optimally where we want to be. There's a balance in seeing what is there and choosing to be there instead of there. Yeah. So it takes some practice. Don't be frustrated if you don't feel you're there yet. Ask questions. Ask me questions, and I can help you along the way. And usually one person's question is many people's questions. So when I can answer it for you in this forum, then it's a benefit to more than just yourself. So ask if there's something that's troubling you, or you're tripping over the same hazard again and again. There's usually something we can talk through. So let me know. And with that, it's Friday. So enjoy the weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow at 2:30 and on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time for our weekly hour-long service. So I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow and the next day and the next. And we'll just keep practicing together. How about that? All right now.